altcoin season is the most parabolic part of the 4-year cycle. This is where you can see your $1,000 portfolio turn into hundreds of thousands, and in some cases even millions. Without a carefully crafted plan, you are doomed to face the same fate as 95% of crypto investors, which is sadly no gains, and a burning, gaping hole through your wallet.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Perfect! Doesn't get any more graphic than that. Lucky for you, I'm going to help you out today by giving you the exact altcoins you should be buying, what price points to pick them up at. Not only that, but I'm gifting you with a critical market update. You'll know exactly where the markets are going in the short to medium term so that you don't get burnt. Yes. More fire references. But why should you trust me? I'm just a random guy on the internet. Besides the fact that I've been investing for 8 years. I've also called out 100x altcoins with proof. Research Coin is a token I called out on July 26th of 2024 at only a $14 million market cap. Research Coin is now sitting at a $143 million market cap as of the making of this video. An easy 10x with much more to come. Brian Armstrong, CEO and founder of Coinbase, is also the founder of Research Coin. Here's his reasoning for starting the coin.
I do think crypto has a unique role to play here, and it's actually become its own thing, kind of like DeFi now. This is called DeSci, right? Decentralized science. And this is still in its infancy. Research Hub is one of a number of really cool companies that are playing in this space. But incentives matter, and crypto is in a way for to align people's incentives, to bring them together to try to accomplish better outcomes in science.
Research Coin is a DeSci project on the base chain. DeSci allows for open access to scientific data and research, allowing scientists from anywhere across the globe to share research papers in a decentralized way, with incentives for the submissions of the research papers, without the suppression from traditional science or big pharma. Now that I've got your attention, I would appreciate a click of the like button for my transparency. It is completely free, and I am forever thankful for doing so. And if you want to stay up to date on the newest exciting altcoins, hit the subscribe button. It's also free and would help the overall growth of this community a lot. We once again greatly appreciate it. Now, these are a few critical things that you need to track the market. This is also what I use to track the markets. First off is, now as you can see here on the charts, we're going back as far as July or June-ish of 2024, and we're on the daily chart. Now this is Bitcoin, and I use two main things when I am looking for good price points to pick up Bitcoin at, or other altcoins, or I just want to see the overall sentiment of where we're at in the markets. So one would be the visible volume profile here on the right side. And let me give a quick explainer if you don't know what that is. So as you can see here, we have these bars here on the right side detailing the amount of volume based on that area of the chart. We have massive candles, and you also have a lot of volume trading in this particular price range. You also have massive candles down here, and you also have a lot of movement within this price range, anywhere from 70K roughly to around 53K very roughly. The point of the volume profile is to see where you can build your support and resistance zones, because you have these valleys, right, where price moves freely through, and you have what we call these peaks, the tip tops of the mountain. You want to be looking for price to break these key areas of high volume, and that's where you can build out your support and your resistance zones. As you can see at the moment, we're fighting with this area. If we were able to break through, there is less volume above this current price area, so we would be able to break out freely. As you can see similarly down here, when we were trading around the 70K to 60K range, as soon as we broke above $70,000, price moves pretty freely in between this area because there was less volume trading. So if price were to drop back down below the $90,000 range or so, you could probably expect price to test the 65 to 70K range pretty freely. Another quick indicator that we like to use to check out where we are in the markets is the RSI. Now, a lot of people on default have the RSI set to 70 at the top range, 30 at the lower range. Anything over 70 being overbought and anything below 30 being oversold. Me personally, I like to keep it a little lower at the 20 to 25 at the bottom range and the 70 to 75, just to get a little more accuracy as far as where we want to be buying and selling these particular assets. The 70 range also does a pretty good job because every time we went past the 70 range, we came back down to the medium, which is set at 50, and we get nice spikes right back above that 75 to 80% zone. But you can see that once we tip over the 80% range, it happens few and far between, and we get drastic price drops. Or on the inverse, when we go closer to the 25 to 20 range, we can get some longs going and we can see some nice profit taking, as you can see on the chart up here. The last thing that I like to use to check just to see where we're at in the markets on a day-to-day basis. So if you look at the rainbow chart indicator, this actually details to you exactly when the overall market would be a decent time to sell. So as you can see here on the previous cycles, every time the market went into a bear market, meaning we hit a peak and traded downward for the next year or so, you can see we went either to the red band or above the red band. The only time we didn't go to the red band was the last cycle when we were suppressed because of regulatory reasons. We had a lot of FUD with China at this point. We didn't have the same market sentiment we do now when it comes to traditional finance and large media bases. As you can see here, we are still at the accumulate stage in the market, and this was updated on December 26, 2024. Keep that in mind. It's about a week or so of a lagging indicator, which is fine. It's completely normal. And if you were to go across these bands, you can see that they update the price points of where we should be picking up these particular assets or selling this particular asset. And as you can see here, if we go out to when we think the top of the market is going to come around late April or so, we can see that the price of Bitcoin, if it were to touch the upper band range, would be around $500,000. Now, depending on where we end up in between April and May, it will also greatly determine whether we should be buying or selling or not. The price of Bitcoin does not have to go to the red bands every time, as we saw last cycle. I personally like to stay around the green bands to start selling some assets. I may take 25 to 30% off the table. And if I see us get into the orange to red, then I'll be selling around 80% to 85% of my bags and my holdings, just in case we get a big retracement. Most summers in crypto is a lot of sideways and downward action, as we just saw in 2024 and we saw in 2023 as well. And obviously in 2022, that was a bear market year. So I think that we'll see the same thing in a bull market year as well. So it may be a good time to start buying up some of these assets around July to August or so, because I do think that at the latest we'll hit a peak somewhere between October and November of this year. Some people see an extended cycle or super cycle. I'm not so convinced yet. Maybe I'll change my tune as the year goes on, but that's also why you need to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with these certain things. I'm going to be talking about this all throughout the year to make sure that we stay up to date on the markets. These things are very important. And before I forget, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the rainbow chart explanation. You can see at the bottom as well that anytime we've come to the blue part of the bands, it's also historically been a really good time to buy. And this chart is also based off diminishing returns. As we can see at the beginning, it was very steep, and then we start to widen out this arch, and eventually it's going to look damn near flat, damn near 180 degrees once 10, 20, 50 years goes by. Now, of course, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed this video. I have another altcoin that I want you to keep on your radar. That altcoin being Arkham Intelligence. Arkham Intelligence is a blockchain analytics platform that uses AI to break down blockchain data, linking on-chain activities to real-world entities, aka tracking wallets across all blockchains. Arkham's technology has also been used to track down nefarious wallets involved in crime or illicit activities. Besides that, unrelated to anything criminal, I tracked Donald Trump's World LibertyFi wallet to find out what cryptos they've been buying, and you can use this to also track your favorite crypto influencers' wallets, or big institutions that can give you a massive edge in the markets. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and buy Arkham Intelligence, but you're not sure where to pick it up at, after taking a look at the charts, there seems to be a lot of support built up around the $1.27 range to around the $1.40 range. Arkham has had a nice 36% pullback over the last 30 days. Arkham currently sits at a $542 million market cap, and I can see something like Arkham with as much use case as Arkham has going to at least a $6 billion market cap. Nothing too crazy, but a conservative 11x from where we currently stand. But if you're watching this video thinking to yourself, I want some altcoin picks with 50 to 100x potential, then check out this video up on screen. I'm not sure which side I want to put it on yet. But anyways, thank you for watching.